Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and as you can see I have a package that I'm going to be opening up here to show you guys. You know what it is because you saw the title, so let me cut it open and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Now obviously, again, you saw the title, it is, let's just get it out here, it'll be easier. Check it out, it is an Xbox One S. Yes, this is the 500 gigabyte Minecraft version. So yeah, the deal with this before, I'm basically going to do an unboxing of this thing and show you the contents and all that stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Yeah, so the Xbox One S, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what it is. It's a revised version of the Xbox One. It's smaller, it's a little bit more power efficient. It doesn't have a big external brick. It can stream 4K movies through like Netflix services, but also can play 4K Blu-rays, and it runs some games a little bit better due to a couple of tweaks in the hardware and stuff like that. But yeah, it's basically the slim model, right? And I had no real intention of upgrading to this thing because I know the Scorpio is coming, but a bunch of my friends had it and they were all saying it's fucking great. Like you really should upgrade if you can. And I was like, eh. And then I waited for Black Friday, right, up to November 2016. Because at the time you're seeing this, it's already in like January of 2017. But basically, that's a side note, by the way. When you do YouTube videos, sometimes you don't get to open your mail right away. It can kind of suck. But because especially when you want to make videos on it for you guys or for people and stuff in general. So don't get the wrong idea. I don't mind. But yeah, so yeah, I was hoping for a good Black Friday deal, and a lot of stores were selling this thing for like $250 plus tax and all that stuff. And I thought, that's not awful, but it's not really that good. And then Microsoft ended up running that deal all the way through December, which was cool of them to do. But I still wasn't, since I have the Day One edition Xbox One, I just didn't see enough of a point. But I was finally convinced when there was this eBay seller who must have had a surplus of these somehow, was selling these things for $250, again, same price, but in this case, it included a $40 eBay gift card, which is, I shop on eBay all the time, so that's just cash right there. And then on top of that, for the amount you spend, you get an additional $5 gift card, so really you bring this thing down to about 200 bucks. Which I thought, okay, you know what, I'll bite the bullet for that. Also because it's the Minecraft version, it includes a digital copy of Minecraft. Don't care about that because I have the physical edition, but it does include all this DLC for it, so that'll be a nice little bonus. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you and show you the contents, even though I'm sure you've seen a bazillion and one different types of unboxings of this thing out there. Nevertheless, let's go ahead. So if you look at the exterior of the box, you'll see there's two pieces of tape here. So rather than try to rip those, I'm just going to cut them with our friendly scissors here, and we'll see how that turns out. Now the irony is I don't own a 4K television, so I won't get as much out of this as other people would have. You look inside and there's this Xbox One packaging in Minecraft themed here. Take that out. And you can let's take out this side here. I gotta give them credit, this is some nice packaging. I would have expected it to be all white, but it's Minecraft themed. So inside of this, when you lift this up, it contains an HDMI cable, which Microsoft is pretty good about giving you high-grade cables for the Xbox One. And on top of that, it of course includes a controller, which we'll take a look at here. Just a standard, well, it's the better gripped, newer Xbox One controller with certain new changes in it. I still have the lunar white one with like rubber grips. I'll probably still be using that, but it's nice to have an extra controller. And of course, they throw in some AA batteries. On the other side here, we have a power cable. This is one of the biggest changes about the Xbox One S that I'm sure a lot of you guys already know. Rather than have that big power brick that it used to have, they've changed it so that it uses this like two-prong figure-8 cable. So the power supply is now internal. And that's awesome because this same power cable will power your original Xbox, your PlayStation 1, your PlayStation 2, your PlayStation 3, your PlayStation 4, depending on which models you have, your Sega Saturn, your Sega Dreamcast, That same figure 8 cable now works with the Xbox One S. So like in theory, if you wanted to, what you could do is have one cable that just plugs into all of them. If you have a network set up convenient enough to do that, you could cut out a lot of cables by doing that. So that's nice, which I actually do that with all of them except the Xbox One S, so maybe I'll have to kind of figure out how to put that into my setup there. But beyond that, we have this Minecraft booklet looking thing, which clearly contains all of the vouchers and stuff for all of the DLC. Yep, that's exactly what it has. So yeah, Minecraft the game, the PC version of the game, and then some DLC packs, some Xbox Live vouchers, stuff like that. So put that there. Can't show you that, obviously. And then we have the main piece, which is the console itself. Now, as you can see, it's got these styrofoam things on the end, so we just take those off. No problem. And then we get down to this wrapping here, and we will gently lift up the tape and get to the unit. Now obviously it's substantially lighter. It's about 40% smaller, which is cool. There you go. It's got that, I mean, I'm going to test it out before I take this off, but it's got this little tape here. It's basically saying that's where the disc tray is, so you can lift that up. The button here is clickable, the power button, instead of like a little sensor. That was one of the things I really hated about the other version. Is that little sensor thing was nice in concept, but you would find that you'd accidentally turn it on from like the dumbest things. Like my friend would have a cable on top of it or on near his console, and it would actually go too close to it and turn on or turn off his Xbox when he didn't want it to. Annoying. But yeah, that's definitely cool. And on the back, of course, it's got the power supply port. They kept the HDMI in and out functionality, which was a throwback from that old TV design where they were like, hey, you can put HDMI features in the console. I never have gotten any use out of that, but I'm amazed they kept that. But hey, people are liking it. 2 USB 3.0 ports, an IR blaster port, and an digital optical audio out port, broadband port. Notably absent from this is the Kinect port. Obviously, Kinect is no longer part of their game plan. The irony is, as much shit as I have given the Kinect in the past, I actually really like it for Skype. So there is actually an adapter you can use with the Xbox One S and the Kinect to get it running. And Microsoft provides them for free, assuming you have both this console and the old model and a Kinect, and you can prove all that and stuff. There's also, I should mention, there's an additional USB 3.0 port in the front as opposed to the side. Now, you guys might notice over the years I got, well, it wasn't even over the years, earlier this year, I had an add-on for the Xbox One S that was like a charging station for the controllers, so you could like with these rechargeable batteries. Obviously, that will no longer fit in here, but you know, I have an 8 terabyte external hard drive thing that I can just directly connect to this. I can plug, you know, disconnect it from my old console, plug it right in here. All my games will transfer over. It'll be super convenient. And that particular drive has two USB ports on it that will allow the charging station to continue to work. So that'll be super convenient. But yeah, man, overall, just taking a look at it, it's a very nice looking console, very small. I haven't yet decided how it'll be in my setup. I'll either kind of just, you know, put it where the old one is, or I'll keep it up on its side somewhere. I'll figure that one out. But yeah, I just thought you guys might like to see that, yes, I am now sporting an Xbox One S. Surprise, more footage. So since the first part of the video that I shot, obviously things changed, haircut and everything. Yeah, I did, as I said earlier, I contacted Microsoft with the serial number of this and of my other Xbox One to get this. This is the Kinect adapter. Again, this is completely free if you have both versions, plus you have an actual Kinect. So I'm going to open it up. I thought it'd be cool just to show it to you since I hadn't actually released the video with the first part yet. So let's go ahead and do this. What's weird is when you order it, they basically tell you like, oh, this is going to take like a couple of months to get to you. Like, don't expect this anytime soon. And I was like, okay, whatever, it's free, and I'm not going to complain. And then, like, literally, I get an email that same night being like, okay, it's shipped. The shipping wasn't the fastest, which, again, I'm not complaining, it's free. But, yeah, cool. Wow, this thing is big. So, there you go. It's just this. There's nothing else in here, just some packing material. But, yeah, this is the box for the Kinect adapter. High-grade quality box, especially for something that's completely free. So I'm going to open it up, but just to take a look at it, the way it basically works is you connect a power supply to it, and you have the thing you connect to the Kinect, and then you connect this through one of the USB ports. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. I highly recommend getting this if you have the old model and you're upgrading, etc. Not even necessarily if you care that much about the Kinect, but it's a valuable piece of equipment because it can also allow the Kinect, I believe, to work on a PC if that's of any use to you. Last time Microsoft did this, it was with those data exchange cables that they did for the original Xbox 360 to the Slim model, and then eventually they started selling those for a bit. I think they actually sell these for like $30, so to get one for free is a pretty good deal. So inside, the first thing you have is this little black bag here, which clearly contains a cable. Let's see what kind. Pulling this out, it is something. It's the power supply. So there's a figure 8 power supply, just like what the Xbox One S has. This is obviously the power supply for the Kinect itself. Obviously the original version of the Xbox One was able to power the Kinect, but this one uses obviously a smaller power supply and just that figure 8 style, so they probably were like, we don't need additional juice for the Kinect, so you need something to power it, and that's what they give you. And then there's this other one with a little black brick of some kind. Let's take it out here and see what this is. This is the actual Kinect adapter. You put the Kinect in on that side, and then on this side it has a USB port and the power supply. So this would connect right in there like that. And then inside here, see here there's multiple compartments. Probably should have shown that to you earlier. That was the one I was moving out of. This is the bigger one, which has the instructions, and it has a couple of other cables. So one of them is the what is this? One of them is the figure 8 power cable, which I'm glad I didn't actually know they included that. I'm glad they do. That makes sense. But yeah, it's just another figure 8 power cable. You plug it into one in there, and then the other one is the actual USB dongle. One end of this is extremely proprietary. It has this little cap on. Well, this is the USB side, but this side is extremely proprietary. I've never seen a USB cable like that before. And then that goes into this device, and then the other end goes into your console. I wonder why they felt the need to use such a proprietary version of USB. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have never seen that pin out before. That looks very much like the actual Kinect port, so that's kind of weird. That's unfortunate, because that means you absolutely need this cable. But it is what it is. So yeah, there you go. Just thought that was a nice little bonus thing. Obviously it's kind of cumbersome to have to do that, but it doesn't really affect my setup because even though I will have to sacrifice one of the USB ports where I didn't have to do that before, I'll get one of them back because, as I mentioned before, my external hard drive has 2 USB ports on it that I can use to, one of which was being used to charge the batteries for the controller. I can use the external hard drive to charge the battery, so nothing really changes, so that's good. And yes, if you're like, why the fuck do you care at all about the Kinect? Like I said before, man, for Skype. I don't care about any of the games, even though I do have some of the Kinect compatible games. That part never mattered to me, but I do love it for Skype. It is legitimately good for that purpose, so especially when this was free, I wasn't going to fight it. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all later.